The mysterious affliction that caused our endangered sawfish to spin erratically and often die has resurfaced in Florida waters. I'm Fox 4 meteorologist Andrew Shipley, and this is a story that I've been following for you for the last year. And today, I'm finding out if this is the start of another mass die-off.
There's around 500 in Florida, and so you lose 50 of them, 10% of the population. You know, if we lost 10% of the people in Florida, that's 2 million people.
Last year was a devastating year for sawfish in Florida. Experts believe the fish were exposed to a neurotoxic from benthic diaflagellants, a distant cousin of red tide.
So last winter, we saw lots of them. It was elevated, and we think they were releasing more toxins into the water that were affecting the fish and the sawfish. We're still trying to prove it, but that's our leading hypothesis right now.
Dr. Mike Parsons has been on the leading edge of this research since the beginning and continues to take monthly trips to the Keys to monitor the algae.
I think we're better prepared this year than we were last year. And ironically, we're not seeing what we saw last year. So that gives us a little more confidence that we're not yet dealing with what we were seeing last year.
That said, Florida Fish and Wildlife have reported 6 sawfish deaths since December, when reports of the odd spinning behavior began again. Given the lower levels of the toxic algae this winter, Dr. Parsons says one question he is trying to answer is if the recent deaths are related to last year's major bloom.
Was this a big peak exposure, an acute exposure last spring? Or was it a buildup of chronic? You know, it's almost like smoking cigarettes. For some people, if you do that over decades, you'll get sick. Or was it just a big dose?
He says understanding these deaths is key for the recovery of the sawfish.
I like to use an analogy of a boxer in a boxing ring. You know, early in the fight, they might get knocked down and they'll get right back up. But after a while, if you start wearing them down, they're not going to get up as quickly, and then they might stay down. So hopefully we're not nearing that kind of situation where we don't have that bounce back.
In Bonita Springs, meteorologist Andrew Shipley, Fox 4.